everybody. I'm back with my 1 month update on my orbital floor and medial wall repair surgery. As of today, it's been exactly 4 weeks since I had the procedure. And yeah, so this is what we're working with today. What has improved? Well, to begin with, right from the get-go, double vision was gone, which is great. My sunken eye was gone, which is great. It was looking pretty rough, so I'm really happy I got it fixed. What else is great about it? Yeah, well, I mean that's the whole reason I got the surgery was because of the double vision and the sunken eye, and both those things are gone. So I would say it was a great success, as Borat would say. How has the month gone? So the first 2 weeks were pretty rough. Well, I say like it wasn't so bad, but I mean, it hurt. It's open face surgery, craniofacial surgery. So, stitches were constantly hurting for a bit, but I took painkillers and that all alleviated eventually. Wake up, I'd get some headaches sometimes. Felt like, I can't exactly pinpoint where the headache was coming from, but felt like somewhere behind the eye, I would say, and that came on about 1 week in, and that only lasted, it would just come in every now and then, like little snaps of pain, probably about every hour or so. But that all went away, which is pretty great. What else can I say about it? I definitely had to clean the eye out. Very, very mucousy part of the body. So, it's kind of gross, but that's something that you deal with and you clean it up. Yeah, as of now, I'm not required to take any more eye drops. That antibiotic and anti-inflammatory mix. I don't have to put on the ointment on my eye anymore. So, I mean, technically I'm basically fully recovered, I guess. Obviously, I mean, there's still going to be some residual swelling for a couple of months. That's what my doc told me online. Haven't gotten to see him for my second follow-up yet. I went to one follow-up. He said most people don't really seem to recover as well as you. Just something important to note. As far as the double vision clearing up immediately and being perfectly symmetrical as far as the leveling of my eyes. They're perfectly symmetrical now. What implant did they use? Now that I'm thinking about it. Well, I had 2 breaks. Usually, I think from the research I conducted, when you just have an orbital floor break, they're just going to put one sheet of whatever material it is. I don't think they usually use titanium if it's just a small fracture hole in your orbital floor, but I had 2 breaks, the medial wall and the orbital floor, so they popped out the rest of my orbital floor because it was useless. It was just hanging on a hinge. They didn't remove any bones from the medial wall, they said, but that was just shattered, I guess. So he used a wraparound technique. It was just one single implant that he was able to put here into my eye to hold everything up. I guess the manufacturers of that implant took data from thousands and thousands of CAT scans of orbital fractures and are able to come up with a pretty close to universal one-size-fits-all orbital implant for people with combined fractures like I have. Obviously, I imagine it's not going to be perfect fitting for everybody, but I mean it's going to mostly get it to where you're not going to have a sunken eye, or the double vision I think usually derives from tissue being misplaced, so it's going to be at least put in the right place. What have I noticed about it as I've recovered? Definitely a difference in the eyes, not nearly as bad as the sunken eye, so I'm always going to be grateful for that. It's an open face surgery. What do you expect for it to come out perfect? No, it's not going to happen. I think the way they had to stitch it up here, attaching on this side, I just don't want to touch it from here. They gotta pull that up to attach to the top one, so I feel like that's probably why this eye shuts a little more, but what are you gonna do? You know, they gotta cut it open to get in there for fracture site exposure, then that's what they gotta do. You know, so that's one thing I've noticed is this eye does shut a little bit more than this eye. Obviously I still have a black eye. To be honest, from the initial injury, I still had the black eye 2 months later, before I had the surgery. So I got a new and improved black eye. I don't know when it's gonna go away. I think I definitely bruise easier. My skin color, just whatever it is, my complexion, I bruise a little easier than most people. So I think it's gonna be quite a while until it goes away. But I mean, from what everybody tells me is they say it's pretty much not noticeable, the difference in the eyes. I mean, obviously I beg to differ, it's my eye, but you know, as long as I don't look horrendous, I'm okay with that, you know. I mean, I suppose it would be a bigger deal if I was, you know, a teenager, or if I was, you know, more self-conscious about my looks. But I mean, I'm a 25-year-old guy. I mean, you know, not to sound pessimistic, but my best years were 5 years ago, so it's only downhill from here. So what's a little difference in my eyes looking, you know, who cares, you know. I'm not deformed or anything. So, and you know, overall I would say I'm really happy I got the surgery. Again, I think I look better. I see better. I'm back to I think it's what, 15-20 vision, better than average vision when I'm wearing my glasses. When I'm not wearing my glasses, my eyesight's terrible. But yeah, you know, I mean, and with the glasses, I don't even think you can tell the differences in my two eyes. So yeah, overall, I would absolutely recommend it if you need it. There are risks associated with it, but you know, generally it always goes okay. If you can, make sure you get it within 2 weeks. That way, hopefully they don't need to pop out bones or anything. They just restructure it. Depends on your fracture, of course. But yeah, overall, I would say it went pretty well. Still healing up. I mean, I said I was fully recovered. I'm still healing up. It's still sore when I wake up. But you know, again, those are tissues that should never be cut, and they're cut open. You know, so it takes a while for it to heal up. But it's getting a lot better. Every single day I feel better, and yeah, so I'm happy I did it. I'll probably, if I remember, I'll post another update, and probably at 6 months, but you know, right now I'm still focused on a bar exam study, so I'm gonna just focus on that for a while. But yeah, happy that you watched the video, and if you're contemplating getting a surgery, I highly recommend it. And whatever injury you have, you can always ask me questions if it's related to mine. I know it's always helpful to hear from somebody who's had the surgery, and I'm one of those people now. So, and I know it's a very stress-inducing time when you're waiting for surgery, right after surgery, all that stuff. So you just let me know in the comments if you ever have questions. So take care, everybody.